What did I just watch?
What if? Break it down for me.
Hello. It is I, Amanda. I just finished watching What If Season 2, Episode 7, What If Hela Found the 10 Rings? The answer to that question is an awesome episode. That's what happens when Hela finds the 10 rings. Man, this one was fun. It was also fun because I feel like it's a what if scenario you would basically never get in the comics. Like, this is something that we haven't seen at all in the MCU, really, that we haven't seen in the comics. It's still taking stuff from the MCU and stuff from sort of the comics and playing on it, more from the MCU, but also kind of from the comics, and playing with it. And once again, drawing some interesting parallels. I never thought I'd see a parallel between Shang-Chi and Hela, but here we are. They both just want freedom. They both just don't want their dad telling them what to do. Guys, does everyone in Marvel just have daddy issues? Is that the unifying thing? Is that the Venn diagram of all heroes and villains? They all have daddy issues. It might be. This may be true. I'm gonna need to think on that. But this was really cool. I really loved the parallels. I mean, obviously also having Cate Blanchett come back to do this role was fantastic. And you know what it just made me think of? How many villains we've had in the MCU that are so good and that like are amazing both in that adaptation and also in terms of just the characters they're based off of from the comics, that really get snubbed. Because here's the thing, Hela gets like one movie and she is so good. She deserves more than one movie. She deserves, I hope she comes back. I hope we get this Hela goddess of light or goddess of life. I mean, to me, I feel like goddess of life is a great like sort of alternative. I loved her teaming up with Wenwu, and I loved this sort of idea of like the villains not even really being reclaimed, but more just like, I don't know, getting to finally do what they really want. Almost. I'm basically just saying, I feel like in the comics a lot of the times we do have characters that get redeemed that are villains, but it feels very like, I don't know, just like basic, like tongue-in-cheek, like now the villain will become a good guy because they've realized like actually they did bad stuff, as opposed to looking within the characters and finding out why they really are evil and like what makes them tick, which I really like that this episode allowed us to explore this idea of, you know, what does Hela really want? And what would happen if she actually got that? And you know, she says she wants to rule all of the realms, but this exploration of like, yeah, but once you rule all the realms, like what's the point of that? Like then what happens? And why do you really want to rule them? Like what does it get you? Like what do you get from that? And this idea of she just wants to be free. Also, I love that Odin is basically a jerk across all timelines. I feel like that has been established. Odin is like never getting that #1 Father of the Year mug. He's always a jerk. And so many parallels I also saw between Hela and Loki as well, which was really nice to see. That joke in Ragnarok that maybe Thor is the adopted one because Loki and Hela like have so many similarities, and I still see that here, which obviously makes sense as well because in the comics, I mean, Hela is Loki's daughter, so I mean, it would make sense that they'd be similar in that regard, but obviously in the MCU, she is Odin's daughter, so yeah, it was just, honestly, it's just brilliant. I mean, it does have the same issue that some of these episodes do, which is just that there's so much that's happening, they kind of need to rush through some of the points. So I did feel like her shift from going to a place of like wanting to destroy everything to protect everything and like bring freedom to people did feel a little rushed, but I think the major points for that were there. Like the foundation was still pretty well laid even though it was rushed, so I was willing to go with it. And I also acknowledge, you know, these episodes are, you know, like 30 to 40 minutes, like they're not very long, so we have to do a whole movie of a story in that time. I would actually watch a whole movie of this. I found it was so fun, and honestly, can we please just have Cate Blanchett come back in live action as Hela, because she is so good. I think this might be my favorite episode. I'm not sure. I needed to think about it a bit, but I think it might have taken my top spot for my favorite episode. I will say these last 2 episodes, I just watched both of them. I'm going to do my review. I'm going to film my review for episode 6 after this, but these last 2 episodes were so strong and so amazing. I love when shows just ramp up like this. And we only have, I think, 1 episode to wrap it. I think it's only 8 episodes. Is that right? 9 episodes. Okay, we have 2 episodes to wrap this. So I feel like there's a lot of things we've also set up that we have to come back to. I don't know how that's gonna go. I hope everything kind of culminates in 1602, because I do also love the 1602 world and I can't wait to go there. I've loved it from the comic side, and I'm very excited to see it in the MCU and see what they do with it, how it differs, how it's the same. Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like these strong, like, characters that happen to be women, I am very excited about whenever we come back to them. Really love Captain Carter, really love Hela, love revisiting them, the casting of them, so it's just been a fun episode. Also, cool to see Idris Elba come back. Idris Elba here for like 2 lines, getting that payday, getting that Marvel Disney money. You know, he's got bills to pay. I respect it and love to have him come back. So obviously, Anthony Hopkins passed, I believe. Who voiced Odin though? They did a good job. In Marvel What If Season 2, Episode 7. Jeff Bergman. Oh my gosh, who voices Bugs Bunny? No wonder he's amazing. He did a very good job, and he did a very good, like, sort of Anthony Hopkins inspired voice, but it wasn't like a 1-for-1. It was like taking some of that, but not making it so like just a carbon copy, which I appreciated. Yeah, I mean, all of the voice work in this is amazing. And also, who voiced Wenwu? Who voiced Wenwu? Theodore Chin. Various voices on Hitmonkey. I'm sorry also if I didn't say that name right. I think it's Fyodor. I think I'm saying that right. Fyodor Chin did a great job. Yeah, this was just such a great episode. All the quips, so fun, made me laugh. And Morris came back, so you get some bonus points for that. I loved Morris. I need a Morris plush. That's a plush I don't have that I need. I also have Shang-Chi Legos. Can I just show you this? I'm like a big Shang-Chi fan. So the fact that we got to come back to the 10 rings and do all the Shang-Chi stuff was really amazing for me. And I just want to say, when are we getting Shang-Chi 2? When are we getting the sequel? Because I need it in my life. It's like one of my favorite MCU movies. Can we please have that? Please? Please, Marvel, if you're watching this, please, give me Shang-Chi 2. Please, if you need me to be someone in it, I'll do it for free. That's how much I love Shang-Chi. It's so good. So good. Okay, let me show you my Lego. I still have to build it. I'm saving it for a special occasion. So good. I'm really excited. Also, we got a little bit more of lore about the 10 rings. It seemed like Odin kind of recognized them. Granted, this is an alternate universe, so I don't know if that actually means anything for the main continuity, but that seems to imply to me that it's maybe cosmic, which is what I thought initially. So, we'll see. We'll see when we get Shang-Chi 2. Whenever that happens. When is that happening? Alright, friends, that's it for this one. Until next time, stay nerdy. Bye!